Imagine a world where the entire goal of life is simple. Find a place to sit, a comfortable chair, a seat to call home. A spot where you can exhale after a long day and say, yes, this is mine. Now imagine that every chair is locked behind a price tag. That price keeps changing, and while you are just trying to sit for a moment, others are collecting chairs like Pokemon cards. Welcome to Housing. Our story begins with a young guy, a regular dude, Jake. He wakes up every morning in a world full of chairs. They are everywhere. Tall chairs, spinning chairs, soft chairs, chairs that look like fluffy clouds. Jake thinks, great, should be easy to sit somewhere. So Jake goes to earn some dollars, because that is what everyone does. Work to sit. Jake works hard. Jake stacks up those dollars. Jake sees a chair he loves. The sign says $500 per month. Painful, sure. Although everyone says that is just what chairs cost now. So Jake pays. Jake sits. Big win. But then, the price changes. The chair is suddenly $700 per month. Then $8. Then $9. Jake's dollars disappear faster than he can earn them. Like they evaporate the second his hands get warm. Jake looks around. Others seem to have plenty. There's a guy with 1 chair, another with 7 chairs, someone with 50 chairs that no one is even sitting on. They're not collecting chairs because they need them. They're collecting them because chairs make money. If you own a chair, someone must pay you every month for the privilege of sitting. The chair becomes less of a comfort object and more of a money machine. Jake realizes something confusing. He has a job. He works. He contributes. Yet he cannot secure even one reliable chair. The chair he sits in can be taken away based on someone else's decision or someone else's profit goal. Meanwhile, the chair hoarders? They make more money sitting on the idea of chairs than Jake earns working all day to rent one. Jake tries moving. There must be cheaper chairs somewhere, right? Not really. Everywhere he goes, someone is raising the price. The chairs in nice areas? Extremely expensive. The chairs in less nice areas? Also expensive. The broken chairs? Surprisingly expensive. Jake tries to buy a chair outright. Yes, the dream. A chair he can actually own. One no one can take. Freedom. But the sellers want a mountain of dollars up front. Jake would need to save for years while still paying rent just to avoid falling onto the floor. And every year he waits, chairs become more expensive. Suddenly, the dream of owning a chair shifts from doable to maybe when I'm 80. Jake wonders, is he the only one struggling? He looks around again. Nope. There are tons of people standing. People sitting on the ground, sharing 1 chair among 3 bodies. People working 2 jobs just to barely keep a spot on a wobbly, noisy chair. People sitting on chairs so uncomfortable they leave marks. Everyone is fighting over the same limited seats, while at the very top, a tiny group controls the supply. A group that discovered something simple. If chairs are scarce, chairs become valuable. If chairs are valuable, chairs become power. So they made sure chairs stayed scarce, not by accident, not because forests ran out of trees. Scarcity is created, manufactured, designed to keep the standing people standing. Because people who are standing do not question the chair system. They're too busy trying not to fall. Jake gets angry. He feels cheated. Why does sitting feel like such a luxury? Why does comfort require permission? Why does a basic human need become a monthly bill that never ends? Jake decides to learn the game. He reads, he listens, he watches. He figures out why the system works the way it does. The rules are unfair, sure. The obstacles are huge. The road is long. But something changes. He stops blaming himself. He realizes this struggle is shared by millions. He understands that the system created the standing masses, and that systems can change. Jake starts saving differently. He avoids chairs that break his budget. He works with others who are also tired of standing. New ideas form. Shared chairs, community chairs, building chairs instead of just renting them. Investing, slowly, in a future where the number of chairs grows instead of shrinks. This is not a story with a neat ending. Housing is still hard. It is still frustrating. It still feels like musical chairs where the music never stops, and someone always ends up sitting on the floor. Yet there is hope, because change always starts with someone who looks around and says, "This is not normal. This does not make sense. There must be a better way." Jake keeps going. He works, he dreams, he builds. He fights for room to sit. He fights for a comfortable life not defined by how much someone can charge him to simply exist. He holds on to that hope, that someday everyone gets a chair. Not because they earned enough, not because they beat out the rest, simply because sitting should not be a privilege. It should be a human right. So the next time you sit down, take a moment. Feel how good it is to rest. Feel the comfort, the safety, the relief. Imagine a world where everyone gets to feel that way. Imagine a world where chairs are just chairs again.